So, yeah, that's the thing, in my opinion. I feel like I don't need much to be happy. I really don't. And again, to each their own. Like, if people are happy by having the biggest luxuries or the craziest luxuries, that's up to them. But me, like, I have never, ever been a person, like, especially like at school, and I fucking hated school. But I've never been like the popular kid or something like that. I've never been like the popular gal of the class and with like a whole bunch of boys swarming me or something like that. But I've never been like the mainstream follower sheep person, you know? So yeah, again, I'm just really happy with this. So to me, it's just like I don't need these luxuries. I really don't. And like something that does piss me off sometimes from time to time is how easy it is for young people to make millions off of like very abusive behavior, in the sense of, you know, like there's these well, I will call them kids, these fucking like very young adults that do these prank videos, for example, and then you see them just driving a fucking Lambo, and I'm thinking like, what am I doing wrong? It's all that I'm asking for a Lambo, but it's just that those fucking cars are expensive. Like, that's just how fucking stupid easy it is. And what the audience, I guess, of today, like what they enjoy, right? And to me, it's like, how? And you have like so many people that have worked these really, really difficult jobs, right? These really difficult jobs, working day out and day out, like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day, if not more, just to pay their fucking bills. Right? Just to pay their bills. And then you see like a fucking kid that drives around in a Lambo, and you're just thinking to myself, like, what the fuck are you? Like, that is so unfair. Like, people are living, like, are fighting for their, like, literally fighting for their lives, because otherwise they will just be thrown on the street. And then you see, like, these fuckos just fucking literally harassing people and being paid for it. Yes, exactly. That's why I was also kind of remembering that. Like, one of them indeed crashed their stupid expensive car, because yeah, it's so stupid. And again, there are people that are fighting for their lives, not only like in a financial matter, but also literally for their lives because they are ill, right? And they are not allowed to have like money from the government or something, or like some kind, I don't know what the term is in English. There's a thing, for example, here in Belgium, that if people are unable to work due to an illness, that they do get like some kind of money to at least, you know, live off of it, kinda. But yeah, and then you see these fuckers, and I'm thinking like, oh my god, like, what it's such a fucking reversed world, though. It's such a, I don't know, that it doesn't make sense. And that's something that my mom always taught me, is no matter how negative things are, you should always fight negativity with positivity. You should always, like, you should never retaliate in the same way that people have been treating you negatively, that is. If someone mistreats you, treat them back with kindness. That is something that my mom always taught me. And I guess that nature is kind of still residing within me. That I don't want to, I don't want conflict at all. So I will always treat people with kindness. All the time. So yeah, it is, it's a little something that my mom left in me. Of course, she's still alive, don't worry about it. I'm kind of talking like as if she's dead, but she's not. She's perfectly fine. But I barely see her anymore. I barely see her anymore. And last time I saw her was like a year ago or something like that. And now she's on the other side of the planet, so yeah. But yeah, it's something that she's always taught me. Like, she's very, like, my mom is like very religious. Like, it's crazy how religious she is. She's always been like, you know, try to help out other people, try to help out people that are in need, take care of them. And if someone mistreats you, just treat them with kindness. Do not use violence against violence. Do not mistreat people and treat them with kindness. It's as simple as that. There have been situations that people have been insulting me, like over the course of my entire life, that is. But I've never been like, oh, you say that to me, I will say that back to you. No, I've never known that. Like, there have been people that have been insulting me right in my face, and I just, you know, I didn't say anything back. I absolutely didn't. And even then, I still helped them out with certain things. And after a while, they did stop, but it is something that, you know, I don't want to resort to. Like to, you know, to conflict or to negativity or something like that. And again, it is, I don't know, it feels right to, you know, that even despite everything, it feels more right to do the right thing in terms of, you know, like treating people with kindness than thinking back to it like, oh shit, I wish I didn't say that or something like that, right? That's always, I don't know, is it unconsciously or in my subconscious? Is it in my subconscious that mentality that my mom gave me, that is subconsciously the origin of why I started all this? Elsa Chonker, do take care, alright? And thank you for tuning in. Yeah, my mom raised me like that. My mom has raised me like that. My dad, on the other hand, like, is something completely different. My dad is like, oh, someone punches you, like, fucking annihilate. That's my dad, so... But my dad had this very tough kind of love thing. Thing is, like, I couldn't really talk to anyone about the issues that I did experience. Because again, I didn't really feel like they would care about it, but my dad was this really very strict person. but he is always like very determined. And that is maybe also something that is within me, that this determination to achieve the goals that I want to achieve, and that I don't want to just sit idly and do nothing. And that is what I'm doing with the streaming, for example, but also with wanting to find work. Like he always said that, like you have to do something in your life. I don't care what it is, just do fucking something. And that's literally the point that we are right now. Just do fucking something. It doesn't matter. But yeah, they were always also very keen on having me like out of the house as soon as possible. Not that they didn't want to take care of me, but they wanted to be sure that I will be able to take care of myself. So, both of my parents, so they were telling Tabby, when you're 18, it's best for you to instantly, just find a job and then get a house as soon as possible. Go for it. But like, yeah, okay. And then I did a bit of everything. I literally did so many jobs, but eventually we got there. I was able to first rent a house, then later that, like not too long ago, let's say 5 years ago, not 5 years ago, let's say 3-4 years ago, something like that, we were able to buy the house that I'm currently living in. Yeah, I mean, my parents also said, like, you have to, like, finish your high school thing, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want. Just, get a job or continue studying, doesn't matter, just something. But yeah, I hated school for many reasons. And that's why I just, instantly just looked for a job. Like, the very first job that I did was in retail, and I absolutely did not enjoy that. And then after that job, I did the fucking fast food thing. Right? And that's why I had to quit the fast food job thing, because like in the beginning, they said that like, yeah, we're going to be able to give you a full-time contract and this and that. But back in the day, like I couldn't afford just doing a part-time thing, because I needed enough to, like, I needed to earn more money and show that to whatever landlord and whatever, to prove that I earn enough to sustain myself. And back then that was not enough. So yeah, with this is gonna be different. So I'm happy with, again, the place that I live in, and I want to continue living here, like, pleased. And hopefully one day I will be able to do full-time streaming. Hopefully one day I will be able to do this full-time, so that I can basically live my dream. That would be it. That would literally be my dream life. I don't really want, like, again, like any kind of luxuries or whatnot. I don't need that. I really don't. And again, with full-time streaming, I don't mean make a lot of money. Like, I don't need that. Just enough to live, or to, to pay my bills and pay food. That's it. I don't need anything else. Because I know that people are probably, like, I can already imagine that people might look back at this and think like, oh, Tabby wants to have a lot of food. Yep, totally. A lot of money, that's what I wanted to say. A lot of money. Becoming a full-time streamer, being super famous. No, I don't even want fame, to be honest. Like, if it happens, it is, I'm just gonna be the same person that I am today, or that I am now. And it is not my goal to be famous. It is just my goal to be able to live off of streaming, and that's it. I don't need any other luxuries again. I really don't. And I know, like, full-time streamers, they, with like thousands of viewers, they make a shitload of money, and they are able to pay their parents' mortgages and shit like that. I'm like, dude, would it be handy? For sure, if I could pay someone else's mortgage, sure, it would be handy. But is it something that I want? Is it something that I seek to make that much fucking money? Because I know that some people actually do that. no, that is not what I seek with this. Absolutely not. I would rather just talk to you guys and just, sound like a fucking idiot all the time, just yapping about, life wisdom and life stories and stuff. See, I don't even know what I'm saying. But I'd rather do that than making a shitload of bank, right? So, yeah, that's just, I'm a very simple human being that likes to spread kindness and likes to make friends and likes to talk to people, I guess. So that's why I feel like the model that I'm about to have, hopefully, I feel like it is not going to do well. I feel that the model is not going to change a single fucking thing in terms of, like discoverability or something, because I know I have been having DMs here and there of people that are saying like the model review is gonna be amazing, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that, it's gonna have a lot of viewers. To which I'm saying like, no, I don't see it happening. I really fucking don't. And I think that it's going to flop, to be fair. It's just going to be something that is more of a visual thing for you guys, so you guys can see, my mannerisms and things like that. But I don't see it. And I don't see it happening that it is going to change much, if at all anything, of, the growth of the channel. I really don't see it happening. And is it my goal to do so? It has never been my goal to do so, just to have a model and be like, oh, this is now from this day on, the moment that I have my model, from that day on, I will become a super famous VTuber. No, it's not gonna happen. I'm led to believe that if I stay for 3 more hours... Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing, Gronu? But yeah, the model, again, it is just going to be more of an entertainment value for you guys, so that you, again, will see something move on stream. Because right now, the only thing that you see moving is the background and just my model glowing up. Ooh, look at that, so special, so expressive, look at that, wowie, The reason why I am kind of bummed out that it is going to flop is because I invested quite some shit in this, Like that is my biggest worry, is it going to be like literally for nothing? Like, I invested so much in all of the artworks, the music video, the model. It's gonna be quite something. The emotes, like there's a lot of things I invested in, the entire thing. And that's why I feel like it's gonna sting if it's not going to do something. But does it have to happen? No. But will it suck if something is not going to change? Yes, it will. It absolutely will be like a little bit of a stab in the heart, but it's not going to be something that is going to make me quit VTubing, right? That's not gonna happen. But it is going to be something like, God damn it, like it's a pity, right? Yeah, that too. Like, there's been a shitload of people that have been reaching out to me that were not legit artists. like it's insane just how many. But yeah, it is something that is hopefully going to happen in the near future. As in the model, right? Not the whole like blowing up stuff of this channel. Because again, I really don't see it happening. It's just my thought. And again, does it have to happen? No. Absolutely not. But it's just gonna be like, fuck. Like, if it's not gonna change anything for that matter, then I feel like that's gonna be a little bit of a... That's gonna sting a bit. We'll continue regardless, but it's just gonna sting a little bit. Yeah, it's stupid easy to tell which one is a legit artist and not. Usually, like, if you see, like, these very obvious similar themes, you know, those logos and whatnot, those, you know, those streamer logos, like, that always use the same fucking font and style over and over again. It's like, yeah, no, thank you. Now, I still got like some people that were like DMing me. There's like, hey, Tabby, I have this very cool offer for you. It's like, well, currently I already have my artist, but thank you. And thank you considering of making art for me. And I'm also kind of in a tight spot right now.
Don't think all UDID with the emote and artworks were just to launch the model. Those were just part of your journey as Tabithash to help the acolytes visualize who more easily. The model will bring more fun to the stream as we will be able.
This is a little bit too much text for Kavir to read. To enjoy your expression live instead of you blinking when you are just making your biggest troll face. Definitely, those will happen a lot. But what was I talking about again? See, that way I lost my train of thought because of you, Dejo. Fuck you. Oh yeah, the artwork things. So yeah, I had, like, even recently, I still get people that are DMing me like, hey, Tabby, I have this cool offer for you. To which I'm like, yeah, I have already, already have my artists that I work with. There's quite a bunch of artists too, that have, you know, that work for me. And at the moment, I'm kind of tight on money, so I don't really, you know, I'm gonna say no respectively, but respectfully. And yeah. And then they were like, yeah, but Tabby, I have this very good offer for you. I mean, do you want to listen? It's like, dude, no, I already said no. Like, if people are gonna be like so pushy to sell their crap to me, then it is just going to be an indefinite no. You had a maybe first, but if you keep, you know, pushing that stuff, then it's gonna be an indefinite no. So one day the model will be here. I'm also just thinking in general. What is it going to be like? What is it going to be like once I have the model? But again, it is just merely going to be for entertainment's value, so that you guys have something to look at while I do things. Because right now, again, you don't see anything moving or my expressions or, shit like that. And if we were to get to that point that I would be having a 3D model, then that would also be quite something, right? Imagine 3D Tabby. But I feel like I should start with a 2D model, before we go to a 3D, in my opinion. I don't know why. Like, I feel like it's like a logical approach. Because with 3D, if you really want to have like accurate 3D modeling, you need like all kinds of trackers and software and shenanigans. And to me, it's just like with 2D, the only thing that I would need is my fucking iPhone. Again, I have an iPhone that I got for free from my dad because he likes refurbishing things. So with 2D, the only thing that I would need is my fucking iPhone to get the tracking done. And the reason why I have this iPhone, again, I got it for free from my dad because he likes refurbishing things. And it is able to have the VTube Studio thing. And apparently the tracking on iPhone is way better compared to the webcam tracking that VTube Studio has. Yeah, that's the thing with 3D. Like, if you look at Zen stuff, though, like, the tracking on that is insane. But I feel like it is also quite heavy to continuously wear all that tracking. Because I feel after a while, it can get very tiresome. Like, I'm already very tired when I'm using my fucking VR headset. So, for people to then, like, wear all that tracking shenanigan, of course, in the future, I feel like that's going to be a lot more accessible for people to, to have 3D tracking without the need of all these bulky tracking things. Yeah, and it's also stupid expensive, which, again, I don't have that money. I'm saying, I'm just barely surviving with the money that I have. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, like, what Zen is using. But what I do know is it's top-notch quality stuff. And I feel like that was kind of the breakthrough for people to start using, like, crazier 3D models with tracking. I feel like Zen is kind of like the how do you say that? Like, how do you say it? Is it patron? Is that the word that I'm looking for? Like, the first one to actually, like, break through and make that, like, more of a mainstream thing. Pioneers, that's it. Yeah, the pioneers, there we go, that's the word. Yeah, she's indeed, like, Zentreya is hands down, in my opinion, the pioneer of 3D tracking, 3D models, in my opinion. And I think that is something that really, made a difference with all the other VTubers, in my opinion. Now, I really feel like she kind of kickstarted that. A lot kickstarted, like you have the word kickstarting, like, with a fund and whatever. But no, like, I feel like that kind of got the ball rolling for, like, advanced 3D tracking. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they have, like, so many, like, that. I guess that is the benefit of being, like, in a VTuber, like, agency thing, is that you have people that have these connections that have this, accessibility to so many things Because at the moment, like even for like just 2D VTubing, I wouldn't know like what other software is there besides VTube Studio, and I don't know, is VC Phase actually needed? I don't think you do. Like VC Phase is for 3D as far as I know, right? So, and like for assets or like how to do certain like chat pop-up things, like you see in other streams like that, they have like a specific kind of, you know, like text box per chat, you know, that pops up per person. Like I have no fucking idea how to do that shit. Or like the visuals or who to contact to make those visuals. Like that is like the handy part about like being part of an agency, is that you have access to all these things, all these connections, all these artists, and they can just reach out to artists for you. And it's like, yeah, you want this? Okay, we'll go get that for you. It's like, oh, okay, you know? So, like, it is something that makes VTubing a lot easier, right? Because right now, everything that I did in terms of, you know, the assets that you see on screen or the artworks, I all had to, you know, reach out to people myself and figure out like who are the artists that I can trust, who are the artists that I can work with. So yeah, that's all through me. Like I didn't really have someone that was like, yeah, Tabby, do you need assets? Here you go. It's like, no, I just had to look things up myself and be like, which ones are actually reliable and trustworthy to use. Same with the VTube, like with the model that I had to make. Like I had to do some research here and there to see like which person or which studio, which company can I reach out to make a model. And there were various fucking models or designers and things, of which a lot of them were fucking scammers. So that's why it's really difficult to re-figure out like these things. And that's why I keep looking at other VTubers and see who their artists are, like who are their riggers and like who are the designers and whatnot. So yeah, it is quite something. And it's trying to have the setup work with just trackers and tracking gloves. Yeah, isn't there something that she wears on her head sometimes? Because sometimes I see like if she's like, how do you say that? If she's using or like recalibrating things, that you see like a little like tracker icon thing above her head. Curious, this weekend Star Citizen showed some new facial tracking tech that works even on cheap webcam. Wondering if they will let people use it outside of the game. Maybe, it depends. Yeah, she has said she wears a helmet with a tracker. Oh my god. See, that seems like such a fucking drag though. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I feel like in the future there will be like something that like, you know, like that will do tracking for you without needing some kind of a bullshit tracker, you know, that is just gonna be your face and that's it. That's gonna be your tracker. Your fucking head is going to be your tracker. I know for a fact in the future, like things will be, again, if you look back at it, and this is back to the topic of the luxuries that we live in right now with like how accessible things are. The things that we have now, like imagine your current fucking phone or your current PC that you're using. Imagine that shit. If we go back like 10 to 15 years, do you really think that people thought that we would have this? People really think that we would have like PCs like these, phones like these, cars like we have nowadays? Do you really think that? And that's something that we will also experience. We will also experience that of, you know, like these super high technology things that will just blow our minds. But then after a while, we get used to it. But like, and again, in another 10 to 15 years, like what other software would be out there? Right? What other software would be out there? Just like for example, VTubing.
Why were you dehydrated? Why are you dehydrated? Why are you dehydrated?
So yeah, that is, you know, the things that we will have to deal with in another 10 to 15 years, if by then that humanity hasn't nuked itself into smithereens. But again, I would not have imagined me being in the situation that I am right now 10 to 15 years ago. Like another thing that is already existing, fucking augmented reality. What I mean by that is, it is basically like virtual reality, but you can kinda, touch things with your hands that you see. I have that with my, I was gonna say my Rift S, but my Quest 3, I guess. I forgot the name of it. My VR headset. That I'm able to like move things, just like as if that it is in real time right there, and just like move things and do, computer stuff or whatever the fuck. You can already do that. So I feel like in another 5 years, there will be something different that will make things so accessible that, it's gonna be like a little scouter, right? So like in Dragon Ball, like you have a little scouter. It's gonna be like a very small thing. Like in the next 5 to 10 years, I feel like there will be something like that you can just like have little mini glass and kind of already have augmented reality like that. And then in another 5 to 10 years, like who knows? Who fucking knows? Yeah, it's gonna be like a very tiny device that you can just put on your head, like glasses, for example. Just like a pair of glasses that you can already just, very lightweight glasses, and then you just put them on. And then like I think the Google Glass was kind of something like that that Google tried to do, but that failed miserably. So yeah, they already tried doing that. Yeah, see, like people already they already tried doing that. So again, I feel like that is going to be like some kind of a reality anyway. It's gonna be stupid easy. Do you really think people are going to use phones? It's not gonna be Diablo. You guys have phones? No, we're not gonna have phones anymore. It's gonna be something stupid fucking light that like right now we are discussing this. It's going to be like, wow, the super technological thing. And then if you think about it, like 10 to 15 years later, or however long it's going to take, that we will get so used to it that we would be thinking, yeah, remember that we used phones? That's literally going to be it. That's literally the conversations that we're going to have. Again, remember, like, for the older people here, remember your very first fucking phone? Compare that to shit that we have now. Like, that's all, like, that same kind of contrast is something that we will experience as well. I remember my fucking first phone. That was like a very old, like, click, flip, open phone. Like, the one that I have in my model's hand right now was one of those. And you couldn't really you couldn't really connect to the internet with it. The only thing you could do with it is like play Snake and fucking like send text messages and call. And like have a calculator and an alarm. That's it. That's literally it. We could really fucking do anything. I like again, like the phone that I have in my model's hand right now. That was my first phone. It's like a click phone thing, and I think it was like a Sony Ericsson thing or Ericsson thing. Like that was my fucking phone. So again, compare that to what we have now, to how advanced things have gotten. Yeah, not to mention we had to pay for fucking ringtones. Remember that? We had to go like some kind of bullshit shady site to like download freaky code thingies to then pay for them and then have ringtones. And then whoever had the fucking cooler ringtone, you know? You're like, wow, you have that ringtone, you know, shit like that. So, like, I remember having this other phone, which was a very big, like, white, bulky phone that you could click open and then, like, kind of angle it like a laptop, and then you had, like, a mini keyboard. I think I still have that phone somewhere. And, like, I used to use that one because it was easier to do things, to just text, basically. But goddamn, it was so fucking bulky. Like, wait, I'm gonna see if I can find it. I think it might be in one of my shelves here. Give me a second. I couldn't really find the phone, but I'm gonna see if I can find maybe an image of it. Alright, I might have found like something. I'm gonna switch screens real quick. But it was something very similar to this.
What's up, June?
And a kingpin. See, like a phone like this. That is something that I used to have, but it was like all white. That was my second phone. So that was quite something. Of course, everyone was laughing at me at school, but they already did anyway. But yeah, something like this is something that I had. And you were also able to kind of like angle it so it would like kind of look like a very mini laptop. But yeah, like this, like something like this was that I had. Gonna try to find my very first phone. Oh my god. Yeah, yep, fucking, oh my god. Memories. Okay, memories. Oh wait, no, did I have another one? No, wait, I think it was that one first, and then I got a way smoother one later. Oh my god, I remember these. Hang on, I'm just like currently looking things but I don't wanna, you know, dox myself, figure of speech. Hang on, so... Oh my god, like these bulky ones, I remember these. Oh my god, I remember, yeah, this, yep. My very first fucking phone. Yeah, it wasn't a slide one, it was more like a flip one, yeah. Oh my god, dude, nostalgia's kicking in hard though. Do you guys want to see Tabby's very first phone? Fucking remembers these? Who remembers these? And they were really cool. Like back in the day, they were really fucking cool. Like if you closed them, then there was like a little mini clock. Like these are fucking cool. See? If you closed them, so if you opened them, then you didn't really see anything. But the moment that you closed them, then you could see the fucking clock. That's the one that I had in red specifically. That's the one that I had. See, but it was cool. See, look at that. It was a cool phone. I was cool. I was hip with the kids. Absolutely not. Yeah, that fucking phone though. Yeah, but they were really cool. See, like whenever you're done texting, you would close it and then you would see, oh my god, I can see the time like this and my battery and shit like that. Woo, spooky. Okay, Blemis, do take care and drive safe, okay? But yeah, that was basically, yeah, that was my very first phone. Holy shit. Okay, so then I remembered that I had another phone before the keyboard thing. It was also Sony, but it was way thinner than this. And it was another Sony phone that I'm trying to find at the moment. Currently just like browsing through the years of these phones. Wait, is this one? Right, it's very similar to the... Was it this one? I think it might have been. Like, I just remember that when I used this phone, it had a really smooth, like, cover. Or that the top was, like, very, very smooth. Was it this one? Let me see. It was very similar to this one that I see. I know that you guys cannot see anything at the moment. It's just because I'm trying to figure out which one it actually is, so I show you guys the right one. Alright, okay, that is the closest thing that I can remember. It was something like this. I think that would have been, so aside from the first one that you guys saw, the fucking flip phone thing. So aside from this bulky motherfucker, I then had this one, which was a lot smaller, a lot thinner, and a lot smoother. Then after that, I got the one with the keyboard shenanigans. But yeah, like this flip phone thing, like again, we couldn't really do much with it. Like it looked like this. It's not, I don't think it's, yeah, no, it's not the exact same model, but I just remember this keypad or dial pad thing. It's really, really similar to this. I just don't know the exact model of it. Also, hey there, Restmore. What's up? Like it was something like this and this, thing. Dude, and then, dude, if we're like then going back on phones, let us go back on PCs. Because everyone is going to remember the gray, as at least like the older people here, everyone is going to remember seeing something very, very similar to this. Fucking Windows 98. But like again, like PCs back in the day were always like these very beige whites, you know, kind of things. And I remember the mouse was always with this little ball, you know, this little ball that you can, you know, if you like turn the mouse upside down, you have this little twist circle thing that you can then, you know, take out, and then you have like the gray ball thing. The gray ball thing that you could just play around. That's what I did. I always like grab the ball out of it when the PC wasn't running just to mess around with the little gray ball. And always like do the sounds that the PC made when it boot up. Oh my god. Like the sounds that the PC made is, I don't know, like there's something so I don't know, your PC felt alive. Like right now, if you boot up a PC, it just makes like a little whizzing noise and that's it. But back in the day, it was like making not that much noise. Of course, compared to now, it is a lot of noise. But back then, you really heard the hard drive going like crazy, you know? No, not the dial-up, but like the mechanical. Yeah, you heard the hard drive like rattling like crazy. That was so fucking fun. Time you heard that, like first you heard like a beep, you know, you heard like the fans go off, and then you heard a beep, and then you heard like the rattling of the hard drives. Like that was really cool. Yeah, it's kind of similar like you have if you boot up Leave the Company, or for the people that have played Dusk, for example, that's also something like that. Like when you boot up the game Dusk, like you also hear like the old PC boot up noises. Yeah, definitely. Wait. Can we find this? Hang on. We are going back down memory lane, ladies and gents. Dude. Okay, this is what I remember. Windows 95, and I feel like people are like, I remember that when I mentioned Windows 95, that people didn't believe me that Windows 95 existed. I was like, I'm pretty sure I saw Windows 95 at some point on my fucking on my fucking PC, and they're saying, no, it's not Windows 95. That doesn't exist. It was Windows 98, and I was very convinced that fucking 95 existed. Because I definitely remember that fucking sound. Dude, again, fucking 95, like, oh my god, it's so nostalgic, because after that, after every time I boot up Windows 95, Doom is followed by not 2 minutes later. I fucking like how Windows XP is the most replayed. See, that is something that, like, we jumped from 95. We didn't have anything in between, by the way. From 95 to XP. The next one, though, this one here, though, Windows fucking Vista, though. I remember that my very first laptop that I owned, that my parents gave to me, was a fucking Vista. My god, did I have issues with that. I mean, not gonna lie, the sound effect, though, I was really happy every time that I heard that sound effect. I was like, yay, PC. To be fair, I don't know which one I have on my PC. This is sad beep now, exactly. Like, usually back in my day, back in my fucking day, I would just boot up Windows 95 with the, the jingle, and then after that, not 2 minutes after, this is what you would hear. My childhood in a nutshell. We had fucking Doom on floppy disks too, so like, that was the way to get it too. And again, I played the shit out of this though. And I didn't play with mouse, I played with my arrow keys and the control button to shoot. And spacebar to open shit. That's it. But yeah, this screen right here is something that you would usually see whenever I was, booting up the computers like, yay, I'm gonna play some Doom. I'm gonna be pew-pewing all over the place. Oh, and then another fucking thing, and that's why you have the subscription sound effect thing that the way that it is because of this game. Hang on. See, of course I do. My dad was like in the military and he was in the Air Force, so he had like a bajillion fucking like flight simulator games and shit like that. So yeah. But I remember that he had like this kind of, I don't know, this collection of shenanigans of games. And Duke Nukem 2 was one of them. And that's why the sound effect is the way that it is. See? It's from Duke Nukem 2. Like, it's so fun, though. Like, dude, every time you boot up the game, that is what you would hear first. Then you have the intro, though, one of the most badass intros ever, though. Oof. Like, that was so fucking cool, though. Like, wait, let me show you just like how fucking cool it was back in the day to see. That was like, oh my god, this is so badass. Yeah, for me, I already started with fucking Duke 2. Then when Duke 3, I didn't really play Duke 3 a lot, though.
I am back.
Yeah, fucking simple times were, though. See, look at that. That is the shit that I grew up with. You just imagine little me just playing this. Dude, I sucked at this game though. Like, I was so bad at this game though, but it was just kind of fun to just see like shit blow up like crazy. Oh yeah, like hands down, like Duke Nukem 3D's theme is basically like that is where his official theme kind of started, and that all the other theme songs afterwards were kind of just based off of that. It's cool shit. It's cool shit. I didn't really play it that much though. Though after that I discovered, you know, whatever PC games were out there, then the very next thing that got me really hooked to the franchise, not necessarily Duke Nukem or Doom, fucking Metroid Fusion though. The very first Metroid game that I've ever played. And chronologically speaking, that was back then the last one in the storyline. So I didn't know anything before Metroid, or before Metroid Fusion. I didn't know about Metroid at all. So I was like, okay, this game kind of looks cool, I want to play it. I didn't understand jack shit what was happening. But yeah, this is the game that got me, you know, hooked to the Metroid franchise, or the Metroid series. I feel I was very scared. That's what I was most of the time. Like, how old was I? I think I was like 9 or 10 years old, something like that. And my god, like, I was scared shitless though. Dude, Fusion, like, Fusion Zero Suit Samus, though, like, when I first saw her, I was like, wait a minute, I was playing as a chick the entire time, and then, yeah, that got the ball rolling. So, like at the end of every Metroid game, you get these like bonus things depending on how far you've completed things. And then when I saw these, I was like, wait a minute. Samus is a chick with the what the fuck? That you would see this, and I was like, wait a minute. Wait, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, what? When? How? What the fuck? So yeah, I was like, okay, you got me hooked, game. Let's fucking. And then after that, I played Zero Mission as well. And then after discovering some other fun Nintendo games on a Game Boy Advance, I discovered something different. Oh my god, this game was so fucking brutal though. This game was so fucking brutal though. By the way, note that this song that you're hearing is like how it actually sounded, right? That is how it actually sounded from a Game Boy Advance. So when I heard this, I was like, oh my god, this is metal as fuck. Let's fucking go. So yeah, that was really fucking cool though. That was so fucking cool. Like again, if you then listen to this though, like you would never think like this is coming from a fucking Game Boy Advance game, and then you hear this song in particular, like, oh my god, that is so fucking metal. again, like that is fucking like that is from a Game Boy Advance game. Like, dude, like it sounded so good. And it still does. And that's why I was hoping with F-Zero GX that would also have like this kind of metal approach to, you know, to things, but sadly enough they didn't. But this game was fucking brutal though. If you think that GX was difficult, fucking GP Legend was equally as difficult. And especially Illusion, the map Illusion itself. It is notoriously known as Rainbow Road's evil twin. There is no ledges whatsoever, and it's so fucking... Like, the fucking... You don't have much space on that fucking map either. So again, it was like, if you already hear the... Like, if you think that Rainbow Road was already bad, and again, people were calling this map in particular Rainbow Road's evil twin, you can already guess how fucking stupid that fucking map was. Fucking crazy though. Again, good memories though, and oh my god, like I annihilated my... I remember that I fucking annihilated my Game Boy Advance when what I was losing in this game. I was so pissed. Like, this game was so fucking difficult though. And, you know, yeah, the GameCube stuff, and then I played Smash Bros. Melee, F-Zero GX, Time Splitters, all that shit. And then there is one game that I would love to be able to play again. There's one game on the console that came after the GameCube that I really want to play again just for shits and giggles because it was really fun. Also, Blemish, welcome back, but... Fucking... Oh my god, the nostalgia though that I have for this. Game Wii Sports, like that was so fun though. Every time you heard this theme song, you were just so happy to play this. Dude, how old is Wii Sports? Come on, it's the first game that came with the Wii. Of course it's fucking old. Of course, not as old as Doom and whatever. But it's a game that came with the Wii, so... Wait, what do you mean 20? What? Red, what the fuck are you on about? Dude, and then the boxing though, the fucking boxing, that was like boxing and bowling were my two things. This motherfucker though. Like at the end, like, oh my god, fucking Matt. fucking Matt. Like, this guy is the... He is the final boss.
Round one. Fight.
Like, this guy would not go down, though. Like, it was so difficult.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fight.
This guy got it easy, though. He got lucky. Like, mine didn't fucking die in 2 fucking things. That was fucking lucky as hell. Like, this fucking dude, whenever I was playing against him, like, he was, like, down on the ground for 2 seconds, and then he was, like, back. And then, like, every time he got down again, it was just another 2 seconds. So I had to, like, fight him, like, 4 or 5 times before he finally fucking gave up. The thing that I always found funny, though, like with Wii Sports boxing, is that there's always, like, at the end, like a slow-mo thing of how you fucked over your opponent, so you just kind of see them ragdolling from different angles. Fucking Wii Sports, though. Oh my god. Good memories. Fun memories. I'll buy that game, though. Fuck Matt. Yeah, my Wii was borked because I tried to run Modern Warfare 3 on it, and again, there was a legit copy of Modern Warfare 3 for the Wii, and that game exploded my Wii. That game fucking exploded my reader lens thing, and the only games that I could run then were GameCube games. So the lens would just, like, partially fucked that I couldn't run Wii games anymore, but I could run GameCube games for some reason. I don't know why, but... But yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm going to end the stream here. See, it's a nice hour to, it's gonna be 11 p.m. It's a nice hour to end things. We're already streaming for 11 hours, mind you. See, look at that. So I think with that being said, I'll end it here. I will go to bed. Well, not instantly, but I still got stuff to do. And then, what the fuck am I saying? Dude, on the homepage is like, on Twitch, there's like someone in a Halloween outfit with a purple mohawk. I was like, okay, that kind of surprised me. And they're cooking something.
Nice.
But yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Tomorrow will be more shenanigans and hopefully good news. So I'll keep you guys up to date. And I would say, do take care. First and foremost, I hope you enjoyed, but do take care. Have a good night's rest for those that are going to bed. Stick around for the raid, and remember that I love you all for being you.